Apple just released the new M5 MacBook Pro, and while this is a pretty minor update, because this is actually the M4 version, it looks exactly the same, there are still a few surprises you need to know about before purchasing this or any other Mac, because this new base model might be better than Apple's most expensive laptops in a few ways. So let's go over what's not new here, and that is everything to do with this outward design. It is exactly the same as the old M4 version, so it has the same mini LED 120 hertz display, the same ports. The base model still has Thunderbolt 4 connectivity and not the new Thunderbolt 5 connection, which the M4 Pro and M4 Max versions got last year. And really, the big upgrade on this machine is the spec bump upgrade from the M4 chip to the M5 chip. And guess what? We already had some hands-on leaked videos of the new M5 iPad Pro, so we already have benchmarks out for this chip in a thinner and more thermally constrained form factor. So on single core performance, that is 4,133 in Geekbench, the fastest single core performance out of any chip ever, which means this year, the base model MacBook Pro will be more powerful in single core performance than the more expensive M4 Pro and M4 Max variants, which Apple obviously still sells. They didn't update them. So literally, out of any Mac that Apple sells right now, the new M5 MacBook Pro is going to be the fastest in single core performance, which is actually the best performance benchmark for like basic tasks, like opening an app or just general app responsiveness should be better on this M5 MacBook Pro, even over the more expensive variant. But that's where it stops, right? Like in multi-core performance, you're getting an impressive score. You're getting 15,437. But again, this is going to be lower than Apple's M4 Pro or M4 Max MacBook Pros. Now, technically, this score could end up being a little bit higher because this was taken on an M4 iPad Pro, which again is thermally constrained. So with better cooling, we may actually see even better results than this. But let's just put this score into perspective. The M5 in multi-core is actually outscoring an M3 Pro chip, which is a really good thing to see on a base model. But what's really impressive is the GPU performance bump on this base model, which is getting as high as a 36% performance increase. So now the base M5 chip is performing around the same in GPU as the previous M3 Pro chip, which is really good for a base machine where you're paying $400 less than the Pro variant. So you're basically getting around the same performance that you would 2 generations ago on the more expensive Pro models, just now in a base model. Now, in the press release, Apple also touts the capabilities of the M5 chip, which probably has the biggest increase in performance overall. They're saying it's getting a 4 times better peak GPU compute power over the M4 version. So all this means is you're getting more power at the same price point. And yes, for this base model laptop, you are at a great starting point for a lot of customers. So for Pro customers, you're getting a computer that's going to be better at video editing, photo editing, music production, and especially working with AI-related tasks. Now, yes, while the main upgrade here is the M5 chip, Apple has also quietly added other upgrades to the base model MacBook Pro. This now includes more and faster storage. So before, the base model 14-inch version maxed out at 2 terabytes of storage. If you wanted more storage, you would have to buy the more expensive M4 Pro variant. But now the M5 can get up to 4 terabytes of storage. And Apple says that the storage for this machine is faster now, and by a lot. They are saying it is twice the speed of the old M4 version. The one big question I have around this increase in disk speed is, does this apply equally to every model? Because sometimes Apple only puts the higher speed drives for the options with more storage. So I ordered the base model specifically to test out the storage speed claim, so make sure you're subscribed for that video when I get this MacBook next week. Now, another small upgrade to this machine is the total memory bandwidth. So the previous M4 version had 120 gigabytes of total memory bandwidth, while the new M5 version has 153 gigabytes of memory bandwidth. Other than that, it looks like every other spec, every other detail, every other dimension, every other figure for this new M5 version is exactly the same as last year's, which is kinda a shame because the new M5 iPad Pro, which was announced right alongside this, came with Apple's new N1 chip, which has Wi-Fi 7 capabilities, and this MacBook Pro doesn't have that chip. It still ships with Wi-Fi 6E. Now, before we end this video, I want to go over some questions I think most viewers are going to ask me. And the first question is this base model MacBook Pro worth it? And yes, I think this still looks like an amazing value. The base model gets a 512 gigabyte drive, 16 gigabytes of memory, and it's around $1,600, and it's available to pre-order right now and ships a week from now on October 22nd. It is usually the model I recommend to pro users who are on a budget and who don't need the higher memory configurations of the Pro models, or they don't need the more extensive GPU performance that you can get on the more expensive Pro or Max chips, right? Like the base level model, it's pretty competent. Like this is a great laptop for people who are like starting out, students. Like this is a very capable machine. A lot of people actually don't need to step up to those more expensive Pro computers. If you do, that's okay, but a lot of people don't. I even recommend this computer for people that don't need more power over the MacBook Air, because this is still a really good laptop for customers that want more ports and want a lot of real-world benefits that consumers will like a much better display and speakers. Now, the second question you probably have is, should I still buy the more expensive M4 Pro or M4 Max versions if I am one of those customers that needs more horsepower? And I know this is confusing. It's a very confusing topic for a lot of customers because by default, you would assume the M5 is better. But no, the M4 Pro and M4 Max are still going to be faster with multi-core CPU performance and with GPU performance over this base model. And of course, it can be spec'd out still with higher storage and even more memory. Now, if you're taking my advice and asking me, do I think these variants are still worth it? Yes, I do, but I wouldn't recommend you go rush out and buy one right now unless you absolutely need a new laptop right this second. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying the M4 Pro or M4 Max aren't great machines. They're still gonna perform really well. They are still gonna have great performance. If you buy one today, you're not gonna be disappointed, but the chances is that Apple is going to update these laptops sometime soon. Like I would guess at the latest, they will be refreshed by early next year in 2026. Although even then, even if you wait until then, right? Like that is rumored to be just an upgrade to the M5 Pro and the M5 Max chip with no other big design changes. And the real design change, at least for the more expensive models, like do not expect this on the base level MacBook Pro, but for the more expensive models, it is rumored that Apple will be adding an OLED display along with a full redesign sometime at the end of 2026. So if you don't need a new laptop right now, don't rush out to buy one. As for the other M4 Max, the M4 MacBook Air, the Mac Mini, and the rest, these should also be upgraded within the next 3 to 4 months. But again, these are still great machines. Most people are not going to be able to tell the difference between an M4 and an M5. Most people couldn't tell the difference between an M1 and an M5, right? But it is always nice to receive the latest hardware upgrades. But yes, that is everything new with the new M5 MacBook Pro. I really hope this video helped you out in learning about this new laptop. If it did, please give me a like and consider purchasing one through my affiliate link in the description. And if you want to see a review on it, maybe verify some of those claims, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.